Hello collective, we've jumped on again today because it's opened again. There are so many things going on and I'm getting a lot of questions at the moment because we've got eclipse season. Eclipse season, we want to prepare now. We want to talk about energy and frequency from now and to and through these eclipses. These eclipses and all the planetary aspects right now, as I keep repeating in my astrology and readings, we are coming up to fated swinging doors and moments, okay, where we will have to complete and close out things completely for good and move into our higher self. Your higher self North Node is about your South Node is birth to now, all the learning, all the growing, all the karma, all the completion, all the understanding, the unraveling, the completing, the whatever, up until now. The North Node is okay, you've become this. Now you have come to this point where you need to evolve in your soul and heart to prepare and complete your mission, your destiny. Okay, so it was the training ground, now it's the doing ground, okay, becoming authentic, okay, in your alignment. So let's talk about everything is energy right now and look at this evolution, your unique gifts and talents, transformation, new blueprints. It's come up again. You need to shine your light, awakened awareness. The downloads, the throat chakra is about communication to you of you, meaning the throat chakra represents the authentic you, speaking and being your truth of you. And we've got healing and loving compassion. Now, there's our ancient future. Our soul star is being activated now to move into that North Node. So everything now is frequency. So let's talk about frequency, give you some facts, some answers, and just some, a couple of these I was like, wow, this is really interesting. And frequency is so important now for you. So let's work with this. You have to go into full forgiveness of self now and everyone and everything. That will put you in truth, all right? Truth, the good, the bad, the whatever. Face it, see it, do it. That truth gets you out of ego. You can see things from a higher perspective. You're not personally affected. You learn the lesson, you grow, you move beyond into outside the frequency of those issues, right? It doesn't control you, okay? You're seeing it, understanding it, mastering it, and using the wisdom of it, right? So therefore, you're in self-empowerment, right? So a couple of things here, let's talk about energy. Authenticity is the highest vibration you can get. Under that is the heart. The heart is 5,000 times stronger than the brain, than your beliefs. So energy and emotion is energy. Emotion is what tells your energy what's going on. This is 5,000 times stronger than your brain. So you can clear and belief systems, outdated, stuck things that that you outgrown, that you need to learn and move beyond. So it is easy to do, but you've got to get into heart vibration, forgiveness of self, then truth, then the heart frequency, and then that brings you into authenticity. And all of that is out of ego, by the way. So limitless, okay. So if you can get in that energy, because we know now nothing rests. Science has proved that nothing rests. Everything is a vibration and in constant motion. You are in constant motion, even when you're doing nothing. Everything around you is a vibrating frequency and atom. Even like that crystal, those cards, everything, the chair, everything. So, you are your own unique frequency. Nobody has your frequency. Nobody has your DNA. You cannot Everyone has their own DNA makeup, their own unique gifts, their own unique ways, patterns being, okay? And you have your, it's your authenticity, okay? So we've got to move into that now. Now remember, you are the powerhouse. You are the quantum processor. You need to get into the energy, as we said, the heart, the forgiveness, the truth, the heart, the authentic alignment, the flow and ease of everything, and alignment to your destiny where flow and ease comes. What you are and what you need to see yourself as energy and vibration. You are the powerhouse, the power behind you are the quantum processor. You're the power behind it, and it's called hemisync. Hemisync is hemispheres, left and right brain coming into harmonic coherence, logic, spirituality, okay? Balancing equal the whole balanced self. And that is what's going on now as we're shifting frequencies, belief systems, emotions evolve. You can love from this level, and then as you grow, you love from this level, and you have different understandings of love and forgiveness and things like that. So these are all this hemisync, theta waves, gamma waves, and balancing that in the left and right harmonic coherence will bring so much flow into you, a balance within you, and it'll push you into this alignment. Now, when you're doing those things and making those choices and seeing everything as frequency, or the frequencies you're engaging in or non-engaging in or protecting yourself from, you are acting in or as your higher self. So right now, act in or as your higher self. You dial into, you're the remote that turns up or down. And what's held in you, in your soul, encoded in your soul, is all that you need to be and are to be. It's just you pressing that dial up or down, the frequency, to be the higher self or the lower self, the higher self. If you can see it like that, this will help you. So just put that remote up of you and step into that higher self, okay? And you're going to act in this, so you're co-creating it, because remember, you're the quantum processor of your reality. They've also proven that we have infinite realities, and you are in parallel timelines. So if that's the case, you can raise the frequency and the timelines all shift you forward. I know that's very deep, but you have to kind of get your head around some of that stuff. So everything you request, everything you think is a frequency request, basically, to put it in a nutshell. Every emotion and thought you have is a frequency request that you're receiving. All right, now, okay. Here's some really interesting facts for you. And the reason I'm bringing these out, because we want to get out of all that you're stuck in and just focus on frequency. All right? Clearing your energy, being really aware of what you're allowing in your energy and frequency. And you can be around it, but you can also say things like, let's say you're around toxicity or something, you can also say, this is not my energy. I might be like witnessing this, but also I don't allow this energy in my energy field. This is not for me. That is a boundary. That is boundary building. Now, you're not doing that like, stay out of my energy, I am blocking your energy. We're not in that energy. It is, I am in self-protection and safety and nurture of my energy field. And although that might be happening around me, I don't give you permission or any permission to enter my energy field. That is not my energy frequency. If you actually thought like that, once you think it for a while, it just becomes normal and you don't think it. You are entering into what we call these higher self frequency requests to the universe. And they become boundaries, and your hemispheres and right and left brains will eventually get harmonic with it, harmonious and coherence and balance out. That's the aim. That's the big aim, all right? To get into such balance. Not saying it's easy by any means, but with the right motivations and the right, you have to talk quantum now. You have to talk frequency to get to really shift things now, particularly through these tornado energies. They're high vibrational energies that can really shift you, okay? Now, here's the thing. I wanted to share two things with you, two facts about energy that are from actual science. Did you know when you are in the presence or you are within 25 feet of a high performer, you will improve 15% by just being around that energy or immediately. When you are around lower frequency or negative energy, or someone's performing lower or at a lesser or lower energy, like a negative energy from yours, your energy will decrease by 30%. So this was a study about negative emotions are more contagious than positive. Easily taken on, easily absorbed into the energy field. That's what I was talking about, having boundaries on your energy field. Okay, this is not mine. I might have to deal with it, but I don't give you permission to bring that energy into my field. Okay, that's quantum thinking. So, negative questions, negative quests, negative, when we get into that negative talk, think about this. You are decreasing your energy every time by 30%. I was shocked by that. When you're in positive or around positive energy, it's only a 15% increase. So, So they're saying the five people you spend the most time with should be the people that bring you the right motivations or motivate you correctly or in a higher frequency or, motivation in a positive way. So these are studies that back this up. It's not just us all talking about spiritual energy. These are things that are being proven now. Okay, so that's why it's important to have those energy frequency boundaries. Another one is, I have to go soon. I'm only popping this up because I had one client cancel. Science has just created a particle of light that touched, you ready? They create some, I don't know how they did it, don't ask me how they did it. So this basically created a particle of light that touched 37 dimensions at the same time. Think about the power behind that one light particle. How powerful is that? And it's all about, you are not a fixed energy. You are a vibrating frequency. You are in wave form. In physics, you are a wave form. And you are a constant moving atom, energy field, constantly changing, constantly aware, right? And your frequency is aligned to the actions that you put in reality. And when you put those actions into reality, you can jump through time, through these timelines within yourself. It's crazy. So they were showing the frequency and the power of light, and you are not a fixed frequency, which is the 3D thinking. You are quantum, and now we're bringing the 3D and the 5D. You've got to bring it together. So waveforms, so basically they're saying the version of you already exists. All you have to do is your soul is already encoded in this. The version of you that you want to be, that you want to create, it is already encoded in your soul. All you need to be, and all you want to be and need to be is already in there. You access that. You turn that remote dial up. They've proven this scientifically. Crazy, I know. And I could not find it, but I did hear roughly something else, and I'm sure I saved it somewhere. And it was about somehow in science, I don't know how they've done it. This guy explains it, but it was very scientific. When an energy, a soul leaves the body, they were able through technology to track that and where it went and the dimension of where it went. So they put like a tracker. Don't ask me how. It's like to do with, I'm not technical or scientific, I can't do that. And basically Wi-Fi. Like, so you know how you can track whatever now. Like you can track someone's a phone or where someone is, or put a tracker on the car type thing. Well, basically, I don't know how they did it. They encoded it somehow. And they believe, or they're saying, that they have proven, they witnessed it go and where it went into another dimension. That's one I'm going to look more into. I found that fascinating, and that this is all NASA and all these, yeah. So all these big quantum experiments that they are doing. So wow, things are really shifting, and I want you to start getting into quantum fields, quantum physics. Not only is that the spiritual realm, it's the quantum field, and we're now moving into that very high frequency. Also, when you're in theta and gamma waves, things manifest like this. The reason we're saying this is because this is why it is, humans, it's hard to be positive every day. Not all of us are. We go through things, but when you can start to look at energy like this, you realize your potential, and your potential to be in the law of resistance or non-resistance, okay, with self. This is all about self. All right, and how powerful it is, and to embody and activate those encoded soul of who you are is already there. It's just a matter of coming into that authenticity within self. Now, I know this is deep talk, but I just think it's fascinating, and it's really coming in now into healings and energy fields. And understanding this has some amazing self-potential, okay? And it's such a different frequency from that 3D frequency that we've been in from our South Node to now. And that really 3D, practical, logical in the grid. We are now in the quantum field, the Aquarian age. This is unlimited potential and frequency. All right. So boundaries are very important now, or learning energetic boundaries and holding your frequency. That is self-love. That is true safety, security, stability, and protection. And we're going to be working on that, and we're going to get you getting your energy and your frequency to be making the highest and best requests for you with that universal ascension and alignment. I mean, I could go down the rabbit hole here. Let's not do that. Portal keeper, see? Evolution and crown chakra and balanced forces. There's the right and left hemispheres that I was talking about, and bringing the logic, the practice, 3D and the 5D as one. The understanding both aspects, the spiritual and the non-spiritual. It was funny because, well, a lot of you know that I've been psychic since I was a little child and all of that. And we all have our own abilities and things like that. But it was actually my sister recently said to me, and she's spiritual in her own way and has her own spiritual natural gifts and talents and things like that, and abilities. But she said mine are very different to hers, and that's what you'll find. Everyone's is very different to everyone. And she said, for how I do and what I do, she said she realized for the first time, and it was interesting because I stopped and realized it for the first time. She said, it must be very difficult for you to live in two worlds. And I was like, well, I don't think I've even thought of that, because when something's so natural and so normal, and you've lived your entire existence in, a lot of us with gifts, talents, empaths, healing gifts, psychic gifts, whatever they are, whatever your gifts are, particularly psychics, mediums and healers who naturally just do it from like very young, or have that innate thing in them that they cannot get out of. They have lived in two worlds. They've had to monitor two worlds. Most people monitor one. And their spiritual ascension within that. When you are accessing quantum energy and healing, you are accessing you live in two different worlds. Very food for thought. Yep. So manifesting, see, this is all about manifesting now, and what you want to come into, create and manifest, and be the quantum processor of that. Okay, so see yourself as that. Beyond the mind, I can't make it up. Beyond the mind, right? Internal explorer. That's what you're sending out. What's in here is being sent out. And ethers, shine your light, new blueprints, transformation, unique gifts. This is, a lot of you are being activated into your actual soul encoded unique gifts. Oh yeah, you've got to bring them to earth now. And you've got to embody them and ground them, the new you, the transformed you. That means you're back to innocence of you, the divine spark of who you are. Your soul and solar plexus are being upgraded. You need to reclaim all of your energy. You're going into your higher heart chakra, and you will open like the lotus. The lotus is the mud through to there. That just proves we are going through some amazing shifts in energy. Yes, they're the hardest, darkest, scariest, most distorted, rejecting, abandonment, death, rebirth of ourselves, shedding. So you may feel as though you are not of this realm, don't belong, don't want to be here, can't do it anymore, right? Well, there's a reason, and you have to be in because you're in healing, and you need to have loving compassion for yourself and understand you're just upgrading, radical expansion, reclaiming your energy of your authentic self, the one you were born with, and you're bringing this back into self. So this says life force energy. And look at the gridding up behind that. Okay? So big stuff's happening. Big stuff. You're getting downloads for your future, your ancient future. How's that? Stuff you know. You are going to, in the next 8 to 10 to 12 weeks, be going through absolute epiphanies, revelations, reactivations, and you'll just know out of nowhere where you're going, what you're doing, and it will not be something you're planning. That's 3D. Yep, crystal keys coming down. And what they're asking you to do is just to surrender into the journey of wholeness of you. Surrender into you. The law of non-resistance of everything that you are going through, your soul star, the expansion, the transformation. Oh, that's big. That's a journey. That's a big soul spiritual journey happening. And when gifts and talents are awakened, you are in the quantum field is moving through you. That's the spiritual 5D. You are not in control of that stuff. So ground. That's why we have to teach and show you, and so you can put some form of understanding to it. I hope that's helped. All right, take care, and I hope that answered some of the questions that came in. Okay, take care.